Hello people, this is Admin Nightwing. So welcome to our Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Cut movie review and that. Yes, I have a chance to see this early before the people who saw it on Monday and that. I have a chance to see the Ultimate Cut and that. So this is going to be like my review and that, and I am Admin Nightwing. So you guys will probably recognize some of my posts on the Up Your Geeks. I'm not very active because I do a lot of things out of the Up Your Geeks website and that. So I'm actually start doing some movie reviews for you guys from comic book movies and that. I decided to do this one first because I actually saw the ultimate cut of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice early in that. So we're going to put my reaction with my thoughts about it. I'm going to put it out there. I did love the theatrical cut in that. Except I do understand why people did not like the theatrical cut in that. Except after watching the ultimate cut, this ultimate cut is amazing. That way better than the theatrical cut. This is the cut. This is kind of like the defendant cut. This is probably the cut that everybody was talking about. Even the actors like Jeremy Irons and Ben Affleck, Jesse Eisenberg was talking about Chris Terra's script and the movie. This is an amazing film. And this is probably was the cut they were talking about. Now, yes, it does explain better and is well paced and well told story in that. Like, I watched this cut like 2 more times before I did this review in that. Yes, the ultimate cut is very good. And I'm going to explain about the scenes and what they added towards the movie in that. Just like Zack Snyder has said, the ultimate cut is all around the whole movie. Yes, it's all around. There are like 5 or 10 minute, like 5-second scenes or 10-second scenes in that. You just can't miss this ultimate cut. Every scene is all around the whole film. That you have some big scenes, then you got some short scenes too in that. So yes, they're all added around the whole film. And the film is well edited in that. And I gotta say right now, I think David Brandon did a very good job editing this film. That David Brandon, who did editing of Man of Steel, and he edited this ultimate cut with Zack Snyder helping him out. Then David Brandon will be editing the Justice League film, and that I got a lot of faith for David Brandon now because how he edited this director's cut of Batman v Superman Dawn, just of course the ultimate cut in that. So let's get talk about the scenes and that. You guys are trying to watch this video, and I know I'm going rumbling around the whole film and that. Except I'm gonna get to the scenes finally. The scenes. I'm going to talk about, like, the beginning. The beginning of the film, the death of the Waynes, it does get a couple added scenes, like maybe 2 or 3 second scenes of the Waynes, the death of the Waynes, and Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. Then we get to Metropolis, that Bruce Wayne, before he helped out his Wayne employee named Wally. He was directing like a family out of the dust storm before he rescued Wally, and we do get kind of like a little bit edit scenes with how he saved the girl too. Now, so those were certain scenes added to the film. Now, the next scenes we're going to talk about is the North Africa. Yes, the North Africa was well told in that. I know a lot of people says that they did not explain very good job of the North Africa. Yes, it does explain much better. Yes, Jimmy Olsen did get shot. That is Jimmy Olsen who got shot. It is that North Africa stuff was just amazing. They just did a very good job how to explain the North Africa stuff. Yes, they did a very good job like explaining the North Africa stuff. A very good job in that, and it's just well done, well edited, and well explained story told in that. And the one thing about this movie, we do get a lot of Clark Kent. We barely got anything about Clark Kent, in the theatrical cut, except for you Superman fans. Yes, we do see a lot of Clark Kent, and it was pretty cool to see Clark Kent get on a ferry and going to Gotham City in that. too. And he does kind of like investigate more. He kind of learns about the Batman when he got to Gotham City. That a lot of people didn't. Yes, they showed that news like how he's against the Batman, except him going to Gotham City and meeting this guy, handicapped guy in a wheelchair. Says, "You do not want to be here at nighttime," and he says, "Why?" He is here and he will be hunting, and the woman's trying to tell him, it's like, he's an innocent person. Batman only comes out for certain people, except he raises a saying that you don't want to be around nighttime. And that was pretty cool. Like, Clark Kent kind of figure who is the Batman at, and he does learn more about the Batman because he goes to Gotham City like not once, he goes to twice, and that. So those scenes were very important in the ultimate cut. That, like I said, this is the cut we shouldn't got in the theaters now. We do learn about the Batman, how that one person got branded by the Batman. So he was actually working for Lex Luthor, except that Russian guy, I can't remember his name. He went to prison, gave a guy a knife, and they stabbed him. So those were new scenes they added to the film. The woman from North Africa, kind opened her mouth, and she got pushed into a train station. The train ran her over, and that. So those were kind of things that was important scenes in the film too, and that. Like I said, the whole film, the whole film is all around. The whole ultimate cut is all around that. We do get confirmation of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is not Lex Luthor Jr. So the reason the company is called LexCorp because his father, and I believe his father is Lionel Luthor. If this is like the way it's said in the ultimate cut, that this is Lex Luthor. Yes, it does get more to about how Lex Luthor was talking about his father, how it's cool to call the building after his son called Lex, and that's why the company is called LexCorp and that. So he kind of took over the company over his father and that. So I believe the way it sounds like that Lionel Luthor is dead. Lex Luthor is his own corporation now. So they do explain that in the ultimate cut that Jesse Eisenberg is not Lex Luthor Jr. He is Lex Luthor in that too. Another thing we get added to the film, we get more added to Doomsday stuff. Yes, we see a lot of new Doomsday stuff. More added by the Doomsday stuff. The first fight between Superman versus Doomsday, they added more stuff. It's pretty cool to see the helicopters shooting at Doomsday. Those were some new added things to the film and that. I mean, this new added things to the film and that. And the ending of the film, they added more to the funeral, the Death of Superman funeral. And more towards the end of the film, they added more things that they do added some more things to the Capitol stuff. We see Superman saving people out of the Capitol building. That was pretty darn awesome. That was pretty cool, and that kind of made sense in that. We do see the Batman stealing the kryptonite, except it was only camera footage, so you don't see him in the fighting. You see 5-second camera footage that Batman was there to steal the kryptonite. So they do explain that much better in that. We do see some new Wonder Woman fighting Doomsday stuff. Some more stuff, Wonder Woman stuff. Like I said, the whole film is just all around edited in that. I'm gonna say one thing before I give you guys my full movie review. Warner Bros. Kind of screwed their own movie. Yes, if this was the cut, added to the film, if this added all these 30 minutes added to the film, this film would have been well more respected by fans and by movie fans too in that. I think this film, Warner Bros. Was worried about showtimes. They were worried about showtimes, and you don't worry about showtimes, because if you make a great movie, I love the movie, I love the theatrical cut and the ultimate cut, except it's point to make a good movie to have people come back and back. I'm going to tell you one thing. This ultimate cut, if this ultimate cut was the main cut, this movie will make $1 billion. I believe this movie will make $1 billion. And the movie probably made $100 million. It probably made $430 million in that. And that would probably been the biggest box office of the year in that. Another scenes, another stuff we saw in the film, more added to the Batman versus Superman fight. Yes, they added more to the Batman versus Superman fight. That it was amazing. A little bit more violence. Yes, they put a little bit more violence inside of it too. So yes, they added some of that stuff too in that. And yes, the deleted scene of Comedian, Steppenwolf. Yes, they added that scene. It makes perfect sense and leads up to Justice League. Like I said, I think Warner Bros. Has screwed their movie over in that too. And we get added scenes of Batman meeting Lex Luthor towards the end of the film and in prison. That kind of hints for Suicide Squad and leads up to Suicide Squad that Lex Luthor will be sent to Arkham Asylum now. So, like I said, all around this was a great cut. I mean, I'm gonna say this movie is just good. This ultimate cut is just good as Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. I'm gonna say right there, it's right up there with Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight. This film is just amazing. The ultimate cut is just amazing, and it's very well done. Ultimate cut, and I gotta say, if it was a theatrical version, I'll probably get the theatrical version between 8 and 7.5 right now. Because watching this is a whole different movie. This is a whole different movie, people. A whole different movie that you guys have to watch. Because if you were kind of like in the range, if you were one of those people who gave the movie between a 6 or a 7, you're going to change your opinion. You're going to love this. You're going to love this ultimate cut. And this is probably the cut that like Eisenberg, Jeremy Irons, Ben Affleck were talking about, Hans Zimmer. This is probably the cut they were talking about. That this is the cut they were saying. This is the cut was amazing, and that. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if Rotten Tomatoes even review this movie and say, I think this cut will definitely got it fresh. Yes, I think if this cut was released in theaters, this cut would gotten a fresh. I'm gonna say a fresh, and that would have been great because a lot of people got recognized. A lot of people didn't go see the movie because they look at the critic reviews. They didn't go see the movie. I'm gonna say one thing. This cut was just amazing in that too, and you guys don't want to miss this. And there's one more thing I've got to mention. They added more scenes to the nightmare scenes. Yes, they added more scenes to the nightmare stuff. And the nightmare stuff they added was very good and awesome. That. So if you like the nightmare stuff of the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice nightmare stuff in this movie, you're gonna like this and that. Yes, the nightmare scenes were added, and they did a very good job adding it to this film. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing. Warner Bros. Is screwed, and even that, they screwed Zack Snyder's film. They even screwed David Brandon's editing ability. Because, like I said, David Brandon did such a good job editing Man of Steel, and how could he really screw up with the theatrical cut and that? And I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say if this was David Brandon, I believe this is David Brandon who edited this cut. He did an amazing job editing this cut. I'm gonna say I think the Warner Bros. Executives got their hands on it, and it has kind of screwed the movie over and that. And you watch this cut. This was like David Brandon, Zack Snyder, and Charles and Debbie Snyder. They probably all worked together and put this cut together, and they did a very good job. So Warner Bros. Didn't trust the creative team at all, and they let the creative team do this ultimate cut edition, and they did a great job. So I'm gonna say the theatrical cut was Warner Bros. Got their hands on it, and this was the creative team like Charles Rove, Debbie Snyder, Zack Snyder, including Jeff Johns, a little bit of involvement in this film, and David Brandon. They probably put this cut together, and this turned out so darn good in that. So that's about it, guys. About the end of my video. If I rate the ultimate cut, I'll give it between a 9.5. I will give it 9.5 out of 10 because I don't like giving movies 10 out of 10. It's gonna say right there. I feel like I won't be like a 10 out of 10 kind of movie critic. I will give this movie a 9.5 out of 10. It is a great cut, and you guys have to watch it in that. So that's about it, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.